Perfect imperfection coming soon. We gotta go through, we gotta go. Yeah. Jesus. God know we going through, you know what I'm saying? I got mine, you got yours.
My name is Charles DeWitt Coleman III. Born in Detroit, Michigan in 1947. You know, a lot of times when you talk about addiction, you'll hear many people refer to their childhood, what their parents did, what environment that they lived in, and many other things. And you know, many times as a recovering person, I have felt different. I didn't have those set of circumstances. In fact, like a friend of mine says, my life really is a spitting image.
But before he died, he realized his mistake. He prayed to Jesus just to open his eyes. He couldn't talk.
Some of the, you know, God is so good that He'll make your story unbelievable. And I have one of those stories that is unbelievable like many. I can't say that I came from a disadvantaged family, and it was the problem of my neighborhood and my parents. I had good parents. My father had a master's degree in 1957. And at 9 years old, I was turning pages at the Wayne State University in Detroit. Least likely to ever grow up to be a drug addict. But it's the story of many people a story that never gets told. You know, we like the charm of the disadvantaged person who seemed like they had such a right to become a drug addict. And that's not my story. My story is a story of the choices that I have made in my life. I have found out that my wife had been raped and my children assaulted. And the only thing she looked up and said is, "Where were you?"
Jesus. God know we going through, you know what I'm saying? I got mine, you got yours.
The disease of addiction tears your spirit up to a point when it gives you marching orders to do things that you regret, and you can't help it. In fact, it comes to a point where you think there's some type of demon inside of you. And then at one point, I was starting to think that I was inside the demon because it was taking me wherever it wanted to take me. And then in the final days of active addiction, you know, after multiple incidents where a little bit of your character, a little bit of your respect, a little bit of your spirit, multiple times of being embarrassed, losing yourself, and feeling mentally ill and retarded, I was smoking crack. I had gotten to the point where I'm smoking crack now, and I'm smoking crack in my bedroom and go to the living room to get something to eat. The crack pipe leaning on the bed, and that started a fire. I lived in a 4-family flat in Detroit. When I came back to the room was full of flames. The most painful part of this was not me escaping. I couldn't put the fire out. It was the looks on the people's faces when I had to go to each person's door in that house and knocked on the door, and I'm still reeling from the drugs that I had just smoked, with these buckeyes saying that there's a fire and you're going to have to get, you know, in other words, you're about to lose everything that you have because of me.